Hello guys, today we have came with a new requirement that is lighting data table. We will be doing this with LWC. So first discuss about the requirement that why we need, what was the requirement for this lighting data table. So our requirement is something like we need to display cases or any records. We need to display cases or any other records on whether on home page or any particular on any particular record page. So here I have tried to show all the cases of any particular account on that account itself. So I have tried to filter it with a status. So suppose that I want to see closed cases at any particular place, open cases in some different place, and maybe with some other status pending or progress with some in some other section. So this can be done. This was possible with the Salesforce standard also. So in Salesforce standard, we can see they have provided case. So here we can see all the cases together. Now our requirement was that suppose that we have 100 cases or maybe 200 cases associated with this account. So it was difficult to go and see all the status. Like I need to work upon the open cases only. So it was difficult for us to check and go to cases and then check the status and then work. So that's for that reason, to overcome those type of scenarios, we have just filtered the cases based on the status, and we will display in the different sections. So to get this done, we have to, in the customization parts, we have two options. The first one is lighting data table, and the second one is our basic table header and column, header column and rows in that way. So we will be using here Salesforce standard lighting data table, and we will be completing this requirement with LWC. So let's see what is the lighting data table in LWC. So just we will go with the Salesforce standard documentation. So let's go in the lighting data table documentation, what they are saying. We will see here what all types of are available with for lighting data table. So we can see here the types examples. We have these many things: basic data table with row number. These five options we have available, and this is the basic data table. So here all these things will be displayed, but you won't be able to sort, you won't be able to edit. We can see other example also. Suppose that this data table with line edit, inline edit. So here we can get the button to edit the case as we got in the standard thing. So here if it will open, we can see one button is displayed here in the right side to make that edit. Okay, so inline editing, for every records we can see, we can change any values and we can make edit and we can save it. So this was the types of the lighting data table. Now we will go to a specification. We will see what all things are required. So we can see column with modes, column data. These are the important data, and columns are the important thing. We will be using this to display the column, the header which we will be creating, and the data, what all data we need to display. There are also this one field, key field. This should be unique, and this is also required field. And other thing also we can see, like sorted by or sorted direction, whether we need in ascending or we need in descending, or sorted by, like by which field we need to sort. Suppose by default we need to get it sort with name or get it sort with a status. So these things we can do. So now let's go to the requirement, go to the LWC component, what we have done. So in LWC component, the first thing is that I have created one UI. In UI, if you see the UI here, I am displaying the closed cases and the counts, what all the numbers of cases available with me for this particular account only. So open cases also 2 and closed cases is also 2 currently. So for to display this, we are using total records variable. This variable we are getting assigning from here. I will come to that point. And we are using the standard lightning data table which I just show you. I am using key field id, this is required field, and data we will get from the apex, which all data we need to display. And the columns, we will be creating column headers in the javascript. And on row selection, what we want when we select any row. Suppose that I want to open that record which I selected, so that I can work on that record. Then I have used that on row selection and given this function. And maximum row selection 1, because I need that whatever the case is selected, I need to open that case. That's why I am using that maximum row selection 1, that a user can select only one case at a time. And enable inline editing, enable infinite loading. So this I have used that. Suppose that maybe I have 100 number of cases, so open cases, so it will be a auto scrolling way. If we are using enable infinite scrolling, so it will be auto scroll. You don't need to write any pagination for that. These are the variables we are using. Now let's see the columns. So for column, we have defined the label and the field name and the type. So these three parameters we need. If you have not given any type, then it will be by default text. Like you can see for field name, for case number and subject, the default will be text. You can specify the field type also, so like text or phone or email or URL, whatever you need. So we have defined these six headers, these six columns. The first one is case number. You can see this thing in the field name. This is the label which will be displayed here. So this is the label which will be displayed if we are defining in label, and this is the field name. We need to provide the here API name of that field. Whatever the API field name is of that field is there, we need to give. So you can see custom fields, we can be display case ownership, whatever the API name is there, we can display. So this is for the header part. We have created the header part we have created. Now we need the data. How we will get the data? So we will get the data from Apex based on the filter criteria. So for that I have written one simple method, fetch data. This is the class, and here I am writing get my cases. Now I am passing the status value from the backend, and I am passing the record ID, like for which account we will get this account ID. So for this account, what all the cases are available, I want to show those cases only at this page. So I am passing the record ID, and I am passing the status so that I can differentiate between the different status. You can see the first one is closed, the second one is new. So we are defining based on the status. So I have written one simple query where account ID is equal to that record ID on which we are displaying, and owner ID is equal to user info dot getter user ID. So whoever has logged in, the only for that user, the cases which has been assigned to that user will be displayed. And a status, I am giving with the filter criteria a status. So how we will pass this value, a status value record ID, we will pass from the Apex itself. So now let me go to the setup, how I have designed this like the single component. This is the only one component, custom data table. This I am using in both the places. I am using for close also, I am using for open. So we have tried to make it reusable. So let's go to the lightning page. So here I am going to the cases. So if I click on this, we can see I need to pass two things. One is the header type and one is the status filter. So first section we have given a header type as closed cases and a status as closed. So you can see header type is coming as closed cases and a status are coming to closed. From here we are doing filter. So for second you can see I have given the header type as open cases and a status filter as new. So in this section, all the new cases will display. We can simply add another component also. So suppose that I want to add to show the cases which are in pending which are in progress status, not open, not closed. It should be in pending status. So you can see here it is showing 0 and nothing, no any header is showing. So I will give header. Suppose that in progress cases. So in progress cases and a status filter like in progress. Wait, in progress. So now this apex class will be called. You can see the header has been changed in progress cases. Now these variables will be passed to the LWC component, and from there we will pass this parameter to the apex like a status is equal to in progress. So I will come to that point. So we can see these two sections are coming from single component only, same component. I am using custom data table. I am using same component for these three criteria. I can use for other object on other places also. Suppose that I want to display on home page, there also we can use, but there record ID will not be available. So there we can display all the cases based on different criteria. We can do these things. So now let's go to the LWC. So in LWC, if we go to the XML file, so in XML file, I have added it on two places, Lightning home page and Lightning record page. So what is Lightning home page, Lightning record page? This is the record page. Here I want to display my component. That's why I have given the target as Lightning record page. We can display it on home page also. Like this is our home page. This is our home page. So I have added this component on home page also, but on home page we will not get any cases because I don't have configured it properly. So I have just given XML as for to display on two places. One is the record page, one is the home page. So let's discuss for record page only. So record page I have given target. In target property, I need two variables. One is the header type and one is the status filter. So what header we need to display? I need to display closed cases. So I will be asking from the user like what the header you want to display, and the status like what cases you need to display in this section. So also I am asking the status also. Give the status filter value. Now how you will get from XML? We are getting from this place. Here we are asking header type and a status filter. Now to get any values from the XML to the JavaScript, you need to decorate it with the @API decorator. So for that reason, I have used API. You can see header type and a status filter. This same variable I have defined on the JavaScript with @header type and @status filter. Now whatever the status user has selected, I will be passing to the Apex. Now I need to fetch the data from backend. So for backend, I already shown you this class and this method. This method is setting two variable, status value and record ID. So to get record ID, we just need to decorate @API record ID, and you also need to import here API decorator. So that I have imported, and now I am calling the Apex class with @wire method. So we can call in two ways. The one is the wire, second is the imperatively. So I am calling it with the wire only because we don't need to call Apex again and again. I need to just call once and I need to display the data. That's why I have used wire method. If you need to call the data again and again, suppose that on any button click or any navigation you want to fetch data again and again, then in that case you need to go with the imperatively. So here I need only one time. That's why I have defined with @wire, and I am passing the status value and record ID. From there I am getting the return account, and whatever the data I am getting, I am assigning in the cache data. So this dot cache data is equal to data whatever I am getting in return. And also I am assigning the length, like what is the cache data length, that I am assigning in the second variable, that is total record. So you can see header type we already getting from the user input from the lightning page, and total record whatever the records has been returned from the Apex, that count will be displayed here. So this is the format you are getting here. Closed cases in the brackets 2. So this is header type closed cases, and total record whatever the records that is coming from Apex, this is displaying here. This was for the header purpose. Now for the data purpose. So data purpose I already explained. Column cache data. Cache data I explained here you that cache data whatever we are written in the Apex, we have assigned to cache data, and this cache data I am using here in the UI. So these are the parameters: data, key field and column. These three are the important, and the maximum row selection I have given one. I explain it is an infinite. We can see when there are more than records. Height I have displayed as 2 pixels because I need in a small section only. You can change height also if you want to display in a larger section. Now what will happen, I need that whenever user select on any particular case, I need to open that record. So for that I have selected on row selection, and on row selection I am calling this function, handle function. From this handle function I have written a logic to navigate to that record page. So I am getting the selected rows value. So whatever rows user has selected, so the first row, second row, for that record I am getting the record ID, and now I am calling the navigate to function record page. So this is the Salesforce standard navigation. So to navigate you need to call import navigation mixin from lightning navigation. So this is the library you need to import when you need to navigate in LWC. So this library I have imported from Salesforce, and now I am calling this library. This is our standard record page. The case is our standard record page, and I am passing the record ID. So here it should be case, it should not be account. So here I am passing the record ID, and I am going navigating to that record. So let's see the demo. So suppose this is our I have selected 108 case. Now I am clicking it on open. Now I am selecting this record, so it will open that case. So we can see 108 case number has been opened in the same window. You can see this was the case. It was displaying 108. Let's go again back to the account. So I want to work on open cases, so I can click any of the case and I can open it. So you can see I have opened the 114 14 number case. So this is opened. Even if let's say now I am try to change one of the case status to from close to new. So let's see this class. Let's see the case. Open it here. So currently the case status is in closed. Let's make it new and save it. Now let's go to this page and refresh this page. We can see now the status has been changed to new and it is displaying in the bottom section, and there is only one closed cases. So in this way we can achieve this with the lightning data table. That's it for the today lecture. If you have any doubt, ping me in the comment. I will try to clarify that. Thank you.